Hey folks, it's DJ with the Rabbit Squirrel Garage, and today we're going to be trying to get the speedometer put back on the 1983 Honda CB1000 Custom. I've been putting it off because I needed some parts, but I got them in today, and I'm ready to put everything back together and see if we can't get this digital speedometer to work. So if you want to see how that plays out, stick with me. One of the first things that we need to do is get this magnet here put onto the front disc brake, and I'm going to put it on the right side of the bike. It just looks easier, and I have better access to everything and a nice place to mount it and everything. So it'll be going on this side of the bike, and what I'm going to do is figure out where it goes and then drill a hole in the disc and put this in. It's got a little C-clip that goes in the back. It's got a little C-clip that goes in the back here to hold it in place. So I could just glue this on, but I worry about it falling off, and I know by drilling a hole and putting a C-clip in it, it's not going to come out. So that's what we're going to do now, and let's get started. So yeah, we need to pull that axle off first though, because I've got the spacer for it, so I need to put that in. So this spacer here goes right here, and I had thought that I lost it at some point while I was doing the while I was taking the front wheel off. But once I actually got to looking at it and I rewatched my videos, I didn't lose it. There never was one. So somebody messed with this before and didn't put the spacer back in, and the only thing holding the wheel together was the brakes. That's why the brakes were gripping so hard, I believe, because the wheel was constantly pushing against it. So, but now we have a spacer, so we're going to get that put in real quick, and then we can start putting the brake back on. Let's go ahead and pull this front wheel off. Alright, we're going to try to hold it in place as best we can, and then just slide this in there, hopefully. Alright, there we go. Now let's go. Yeah, that should do it. Yeah. There we go. Alright, so basically this is the Speedo sensor, and it goes up and plugs in up there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount it right here. Okay, so it'll be on one of these bolts here. So let's go ahead and get this set up and get it back in. Let's get the top one on first, just for the heck of it. We're going to be adding the sensor to the bottom. So. Now, it's going to go out here, like so. Okay, just like that. So now, oh, that's perfect. It's like dead center. So I can just pick any of these spots. No, I can't. There's no space. There's nowhere. It's too wide. I can't drill a hole for it anywhere. So yeah, I'm going to use some external, some outdoor double stick tape, and just put it on right like that, and we'll just deal with that. So let me go do that. So what we're going to use is this Gorilla outdoor double stick tape, and this stuff is super strong, so it should be able to hold it on there just fine. So let's go ahead and get that going. What would have been nice would be to put it in one of these holes, but they're just too big, you know? So I'm going to put it like right there. And they don't weigh anything, so it's not going to throw off the balance of the tire or anything like that. Yeah, let's see if we can't. See if we can't get one to stick on there. Okay. Alright, so it goes like that, and then it's going to spin around. And, oh, nice. Oh, it's hitting the fork. Never mind. That's what it was. And now it's hitting that. Well, shoot. Yeah, I see now. So the only other place I can put it really is back in here. Like there maybe. But how is that gonna... It doesn't. Alright, am I going to do it on the other side then? Nope, same issue. Okay. This speedometer is not going to work because I don't have anywhere to put the magnet. I don't have anywhere to put the magnet to where it won't hit something. I could try putting it down in here, but then the sensor won't be able to hit it. And I could make a big bracket like this, but that would just look terrible. So I'm going to go in and see if I can't find a better solution as far as speedometers go. One that doesn't include a magnet maybe. So yeah, let's go do that. Alright, so as it turns out, that digital speedometer that I was going to try, it's not going to work because of the way the magnet has to go onto the tire. And so instead what I did was, I'm going to reuse the stash. Okay, I'm going to keep the tach the way it is because it's working. But what I'm going to do is over here, instead of getting a stock speedometer, I'm getting a digital one, and it's run off GPS. So I don't need that wire going all the way down to the tire. So it was about $75, I think, off of Amazon. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. That'll be in a couple of days. So we're going to go ahead and move on past the speedometer, and we're going to put this back on the bike, and we're going to start putting the bike back together. And so yeah, there we go. Let's get this put back together. Yeah, like I said, I'll show you that the digital speedometer in a second, but this was the sensor for it, and it had magnets that somehow needed to go here, but it kept hitting my forks or the brake, no matter where I put it. I could have put it way inside here, but it would have to be at an angle, and I don't know that it can read it properly, and I would have to put a big bracket right here in order to make that happen. So we are just going to take this and toss it in a box and save it for another project probably. I'm not going to throw it away, or I mean, I'm not going to send it back or throw it away. I'll just save it for a different project, that's all. This is the digital speedometer that I was going to use. So would have been fairly easy to make this look good and fabricate a bracket for it, but yeah, I just couldn't find a way to make that work on the wheel. I could have ran it all the way to the back wheel, but I didn't want to wire going all the way back there, and it's probably not long enough anyway. So yep, we'll put this in a box and save it for some other time. Which means we're going to put the original dash back on now, so yeah, that ought to be fun. I need to figure out why my throttle isn't popping back too. So Alright, let's get the brake put back on. Get the front all buttoned back up and we can drop it down off the jack stand. Finally. Because yeah, we're pretty much done down here. The only thing left is to, like I said, get that speedometer put on. And I'm supposed to get it in a couple of days, so we'll see. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's get it down off of this stand. We don't need it here anymore. Kickstand's down, got a hold of it. Alright, now we can get this put on. There we go. Alright, let's clean this up a spot here and move the bike. Alright, let's go ahead and get the gas tank put back together also. And we'll go ahead and put it on the bike and then fill it up with some gas. There's that. Here's the gas cap. Working good. Put that on my keyring so I don't lose it. I'm good about losing keys for some reason. Alright, now I want to put the petcock on now, but I don't want the gas tank sitting on this table. I don't want to scratch it or mess anything else up. That's what it is, 24. Wow. Okay, let's get going. Okay, we'll cut it about right there. That should be good. It doesn't have to be exact. Alright, let's go put that back on the bike now. I'm going to come over here. The fuel line is going to run underneath. Plug it right there. So let's get that going. There it goes. Alright, I'm going to put the headlight back on real quick also. And call that a day because we're going to have to wait until the new speedometer comes in before we can go any further. Like I said, I'm not connecting anything because it's I'm going to have to take it all back off when the speedometer gets here. So I'll just put it in place temporarily so we can get an idea of what it's going to look like. Oh wait, I forgot to put the windshield back on too. Hey, there it is. That's basically what the bike's going to look like. Let me zoom out. Oh, that's zoomed out. Take you off the tripod. How's that? That's basically what the bike's going to look like. I'm almost finished. What I am going to do though is take this seat and possibly shave it down flat and recover it because it's got some rips in it and all kinds of stuff. There's rips here, there's rips on the other side, here. I mean, look at that. So I'll probably take this off and then just shave it down flat. It's going to leave this up here, but I think what I might do is take and put like a, I mean, it's going to be down like this far, right? So it's going to be here for like 4 or 5 inches. But I think what I'm going to do is somehow put maybe like a sissy bar pad there. Maybe work out some kind of bracket because I've got bolts down here to work with. So maybe work out some kind of something like that. That way it doesn't look so weird sticking up so high. because it's the bracket for the fender and everything. So I guess technically I could just make new brackets for the fender, and maybe that's what I end up doing. I don't know, but for now, the seat's definitely getting shaved, and we're gonna see about putting a pad back here. But yeah, that's basically what the bike's gonna look like now. Here it is from the front. Ignore the wires and stuff hanging, but that's kind of what it looks like from the front. Looking from the side, I'm got a new tail light coming also, and license bracket plate. The problem is this one is welded on to the fender, so I'm gonna have to somehow figure out how to make that work with the new tail light and everything. But I'll figure that out when it comes in and I start looking at it. But oh, let me put the gas cap back on it. And there it is. Alright, and this is what it looks like. This is what it's going to look like from the rider's position. Right now the speedometer, this is the old speedometer. It's just sitting in there, see? It's just so I can get an idea of what it's going to look like with the new one. The new one's going to go right in its place. So shouldn't be a big deal. And I'm going to put the key back up here, and I'll hook all these lights back up, so everything will be back to normal. And yeah, this is about what it's going to look like. Okay, well there it was. We've got the bike put back together now, and everything looks good. I haven't snugged down everything in the front yet because I still need to put that new speedometer on. This one wasn't going to work because of the way the magnet goes onto the front wheel. I just couldn't find a good place to put it, and I got tired of messing with it, so I went and bought a GPS-driven speedometer for it. And it should fit right down into the socket of the old speedometer. So yeah, we're going to put that in. It'll be here in a couple of days. And then you saw we went and put the rest of the bike back together so we can get kind of an idea of what it's going to look like. Not a whole lot more to do to it, so that's pretty close. I may drop the forks down a little bit, or drop the trees down onto the forks a little bit so the front end doesn't sit so high. I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet or not. But anyway, you get a good idea as to what the bike's going to look like now. And let me know what you think of the color. I'm still not sold on it myself. I'm not going to change it unless I get really bad reviews for the color. But I'm just wondering what your opinions are. So tell me in the comments. Do you like the black and blue combo? Does the blue look okay? Is it too much? Is it too cheesy? I don't know. Let me know. Anyway, I'm going to call it there, and if you could, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you want to see more like this, subscribe to my channel. I've got several more videos still on this bike, and several other bikes in my garage, and some other projects going on. So yeah, hit that subscribe button. I will catch you on the next one.